Namaste everyone. So I welcome you all back and me as well to this space where we can call it like as sharing and again those who will be looking at this space for the first time, I'll say whatever I say is only like derived from the study of scriptures, Shastras, and whatever I have learned through the discussions with my teachers, guides, and through self practice, like implementing those principles in my life. So, moving ahead, today's topic is how we can approach spirituality. So why I'm laughing about it, because see, I don't see myself as someone who have any kind of experience to speak about spirituality, but how I see it on like my given life and how I approach it, I will share that part of it. So spirituality for some reason has been like how do you say, I don't know. Mm, it's been such a like a different world which we see that we have to make it over complicated when it is not. uh, if I will say in a very simple term about like how to like um, approach your spirituality is definitely through your simple mind. And the interesting part that we discussed, I think, in our last part about how we see ourselves, and I think that is more important to understand first and then to see which part uh, of Shastras, of scriptures, of various discourses suits you. So we'll take a step back in order to like in order to approach any kind of a spiritual aspect in your life. It is very important to see where we are right now exactly in our mental space especially, because see, it is said like we generally say the way you look outwardly, it is the way inward things are also going on, which can be true, but it is not necessarily a direct link. Yes, coming from a yoga background, I can still say it, and I don't think anyone will sue me for this. Because that is how it is. Like there might be like multiple reasons why we might be suffering from certain things, but it doesn't necessarily mean that we are not capable, or we are not eligible to like pursue after any kind of spiritual discourses or a spiritual aspect in our life. So it has its own truth, like the direct link of gut and mind, that is also true, but this is also true. So I will say, like, approaching spirituality, we need a very open mind, like literally an open mind, not just saying it with your words that, oh, I have an open mind, just because we speak certain kind of perspective, we wear certain kind of clothes, or we have certain kind of career, that doesn't mean at all that we have an open mind. And I can say all of it because I've been through all of that, and that's pretty interesting when I see myself. Oh, I have done all those foolish or kind of not very helpful. But in the same time, I will say that it really helped me to see that it doesn't work well, so I could leave it and move ahead. So coming back to how we can approach spirituality, one is of course like which I said, like seeing where you are exactly and seeing especially about your mental health, and which comes back to our previous discussion, which was about see how you see yourself and how you understand yourself, and how many times in a day we are justifying our own like behavior or our own patterns, whatever you want to call them. And another thing is, if you're approaching spirituality just for a time pass, how to say, like we are getting bored of things which are already going on in our life, and suddenly we think, oh, this seems like a nice escape, spirituality can also become an escape, and which for me was actually literally a very like stark I was like, oh my god, yes, that can be the case too. And it's interesting that without knowing we can fall into this kind of understanding and thinking that we are becoming a spiritual person. And I really don't know what it means to become a spiritual person. All we can say is that to take full responsibility of oneself as an adult. And also, like, because these discourses are also made for, like, I will say adolescent, not particularly kids, but adolescent, like those who are just in their puberty or approaching that too. So I will say that seeing yourself as you are, like, if I am certain age, for example, if I am any age, early adulthood, and I still think of me as 12-year-old in my mind, I mean, that will not really help, and that is actually going away from what we really are. So sometimes we operate from that 12-year-old mindset, which is, of course, for us to take responsibility that whatever decision we are taking, whatever like actions we are doing, we take the full responsibility of it, no matter what. Most of the time, that is the case. Like, we sometimes see that particular decision has been not right, and then we blame either situation or people, and that really not helpful, because how blaming other we can like really proceed further, because then that gear is not in our hand. We are thinking like this is the cause of something, that is the cause. Trust me, all cause, all source is coming from here, like here, this, whatever you want to see. Either some people feel mind is here, here, whatever. The point is, it is coming from you. So, and the responsibility is on our hands. So being mature about our own decision, and being like consistent about any practice which gives you clarity in your life, and I will also say brings you close to the actual truth. And when I'll talk about this truth, I will just say truth is something which we are essentially, but we are not perceiving it. And I don't want to, like, how to say, confuse anyone here, but we call it from different names, say God, universe, a cosmic plan, pure consciousness, whatever you want to call it. There is something which is operating, and we are not at all aware about it. Sometimes we feel we are aware about it, and that is basically what we say time pass. Like, if you are seeking it just for escaping certain aspect of your life, then it will not help. Maybe it can be your beginning point, but taking it as one of the priority in your life will really help. So I will say, taking it as in priority, then your time pass will really help, because it really helped me when I saw, okay, am I really doing time pass with this, or is it really my priority to take my mind seriously, like what I am feeding here actually. See, before, like, even thinking about this pure consciousness, even thinking about the omnipresent, omniscience God, we have to really see that what our mind is doing to us. And why I'm saying this, because it's very far, like that concept of God, then it's only become a concept. That's why it's very important to really take care of what are thoughts which are keep popping up every next second in our mind. And if they are supporting your how to say your current life to come closer to that truth, then it actually helps. Otherwise, if it is taking you anywhere back to your own behavioral patterns, which you have been like kind of disturbed from the past years or past year or past months, then we know like what to do about it. And so I've already said 2 points. One is obviously about first taking, like seeing like what where we exactly are in our mind, and then are we taking spiritual aspect as mere time pass or as a priority. And the third aspect which I will say about like how you can approach a spirituality is to um, keep it simple and do it. Like if you want to start either just even as simple as breath practice, or yoga sadhana, or japa meditation, or simply being aware of your action, just do it consistently and make it simple. We don't have to like make it fancy for us. Of course, if it helps you, then definitely you can like just make it more fancier for you. But the more simpler it is, the more we'll be able to go to it. If, for example, if I'll take an example of meditation. If for meditation you will think that I need everything around me uh, like very, how to say, silent and peaceful and whatnot, there are multiple ideas about meditation, then it will not at all be sustainable for you. So just make it simple. Whenever you get time, just focus on your breath. Whenever you get time, just walk with actual mindfulness, that how you are placing your foot on the ground. There are multiple masters, sages, rishis who have like given, like like different like how to say, ways to do it. For example, Zen master Thich Nhat Hanh, even the Dalai Lama, and there are many more. And there are like already like in Yog Darshan there is mentioned something. Multiple scripture has multiple things which they say. I will say choose for yourself, because I'm not here to choose for any one of us here. But see, like what clicks to you and stick to it. Keep it simple. So I think with this brief talk, you got an idea about how we can comprehend. Um, it's more than comprehending the, like how we can approach spirituality, and of course the approach will come when we are comprehending something, of course. So I will just sum it up. First thing will be seeing where your mind is exactly, if it is at all looking for it, like what you really want from your life right now, and how you want to serve it well. And once you decide it, then the second part is, if you're moving, like choosing this path as one of your way to be um, holistically present in your existence, then see if you're doing it as in time pass or actually as in priority. And the last one will be making it simple so that you can do it on daily basis. So I think that's about it, because we can continue like talking about it, but the whole point is we need some starting point. And if you're not starting, we're not going anywhere. I can keep blabbering about certain things, and trust me, I'm just like practitioner. I am just learning, and the learning is so much that this is all coming from like the learning part. And there are times where you might feel, okay, like why I'm even doing this. So that's why it need to be clear for you, the first part, like why you want to approach certain thing. Then you will know if it isn't time pass or a real priority. And definitely about, of course, keeping it simple, make it really helpful so that we can do it like on daily basis. And yeah, when I say doing it, like making it simple, the more fancier aspect we will put into it, the lesser we will be approaching it, because we will be thinking, oh, there are 10 things which we need in like place before to start like particular meditation. I've just taken the example of meditation. You can do any practice. There are lakhs, I will say. But just start with any one thing. Everything works if we are really sincere about it. Thank you so much for being here, sharing your time, and take good care. Namaste.